Can you feel this energy?
Stevenson, so actually you were just selected for your 16th time to represent Canada. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, I wasn't even aware that it was 16 times. I feel old. That's how it feels. No, it's special. It's special the first time. I think maybe a little bit extra special the first time. I still remember when Andre called my name and I was selected. I immediately ran to my phone, called my mom. It was so fun. Such a great feeling. But to be able to play this long is really an amazing feat. I work really hard, and I'm proud to say that I've been in the program for that long, and really proud to watch the program grow over the last 16 years. So first year, 16th year, even though it's a lot of years, it's always an honor.
With representing Canada that many times, you've gotten the opportunity to see a lot of the other countries. Where do you feel Canada ranks amongst the other countries in the world in girls baseball?
Well, right now we're actually ranked number 2 in the world, but I would say every year, it fluctuates every year depending on how World Cups go, but I would say we're easily top 3, top 4 in the world every single year. Japan is outstanding. They've won the last, I believe, 4 or 5 World Cups. They're phenomenal, but they have an excellent feeder program, high school system, university system, and a pro league that nobody else right now, no other country can compare with. They're fantastic. U.S. is always very dominant in ball. They just have so many athletes to choose from. And Australia is actually quite good. Their program is really good down under, but we're right there. Like I said, we're number 2 in the world, so that's nothing to laugh at. We worked really hard to be there. Our last World Cup was fantastic. We had a great run, and I would say we're top 3 in the world, top 4 in the world every single year, and currently sitting at number 2, hoping to jump to number 1.
You said that Japan's program, nobody else has anything like that. What could Baseball Canada do to try and adopt or model themselves after to get up to par with Japan?
I think this program that they're starting, the 16U that they're starting, every province now, I believe, other than New Brunswick, is here, which is huge. We just need more girls playing at the grassroots level and getting very good coaching. Japan has so many athletes to choose from. They have an entire league for high school, then an entire league for university, and then a pro league. So they have so many people to choose from, and they're playing ball all year round, and they're around it, and and they're getting paid so they can train and play, which is at a different level than everybody else is at right now. But I think looking at Baseball Canada, starting at a grassroots level, even trying to figure out a way to get a Pee-wee league or a 13U league championship in would be fantastic. The 16U, there's so many more athletes. I still play in the senior women's, and there's half the teams at that level than at the 16U. So I think building an experience for these girls and having them play and fall in love with the sport and have fantastic coaching is a good way to start. But there's lots of work to be done. There's always going to be lots of work to be done, but this is a great start.
Last question for you is, with representing Canada so many times, it can be said that young girls playing baseball in Canada look up to you or say that one day maybe I'd like to be like Ashley Stevenson. So what would you say to that?
Yeah, obviously that's flattering. I grew up playing hockey and baseball. I looked at hockey players, the Cassie Campbells, the Wickenheisers, Geraldine Heaney's, and said the same thing. One day I would like to be like them. And baseball, women's baseball wasn't at that level, and it's starting to grow in popularity now, which is fantastic. So if young girls say they'd like to be like Ashley Stevenson, that'd be extremely flattering. I try to get out. I try to help a lot of the younger programs, specifically in Ontario where I live. And there's so much young talent and great athleticism out there. We just got back from Washington at an invitational friendly with the U.S., and there was 30 of us there. And there's 16-year-olds there who are unbelievable. They're fantastic athletes. So, I'm just as honored to be in their presence, and I was definitely not that good at 16. So it's a bright future ahead, and any way I can help, I'll do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What does the 16U tournament mean to you?
It means a lot, in the sense that it's our next generation of athletes, so it's a good opportunity for us to be here, see what they can do at this level, and at the same time trying to project what they could do at the next level. It's also a good opportunity to promote our Cuba camp to them at the same time, where we pick the girls in February and go all the way to Cuba, and then it's a good way for us to see if they can fit in the national team environment, and at the same time see if they can move to the next step after Drieberg-Baseball, which is a prospect team at Senior Nationals.
Ashley mentioned to me a few days ago that Japan's program right now is unmatched and nobody's up to that level. What steps is Canada taking towards to being able to match and play at the same level as Japan?
I think what will be important down the road is to get together more often. So right now we get together only like just before we go to World Championship or Pan Am Games and those type of events. So we need to find ways to get together outside of those moments in the summer, maybe in the winter time, so we can get more time together as a group and get for them to get exposed to us as coaches, because we live in such a big country, so it's kind of difficult to get together often, but we need to find ways to do that.
Vaughan has never had a baseball team before for the girls. What does having them in this tournament mean to you?
It's very important. I know some of them are coming from the softball world, but you know what, at the end of the day it's the same type of skills, so I'm looking forward to see what they can do on the field.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coach, obviously not the outcome you guys are hoping for, but how does it feel to be the bronze medalist at the 16U National Championship?
Well, like I always said to the girls, I said we won a silver last year, and a silver is harder because you have to lose to win a silver and you have to win a bronze. So winning is always nice to finish up the season, and to finish round off our tournament. What a great week of ball, though.
Tell me about the makeup of your team. Any strengths you may have, weaknesses you may have, or an edge that could play a part in helping you get the gold medal?
Pitching and hitting, definitely our strengths. We have Ali Schroeder on our team, which is playing on the prospects team for Team Canada. We have good depth. Out of our 13 players this year, we have 8 starting pitchers. So that's going to be, and they all hit the ball very well too. So
That's great.
it's going to be good for us.
So, Coach, this is the first time Vaughan's in a girls' national baseball championship. What are the expectations for your team going in?
I think the expectations is just that the girls, given this big opportunity, they're going to take advantage of it and just have lots of fun, because Vaughan doesn't really have a big program for girls. So the fact that they even have this opportunity is a lifetime experience for them. So
For sure.
we're going to try to get as much of that experience as possible and just have as much fun as we can.
This is your first time coaching at a national championship. One, are you excited? And two, is there anything you're worried about or thinking about going in?
Myself and the coaches are extremely excited. And I know that the parents that I've spoken with and the girls all share the same excitement. Expectations, again, it's just the opportunity. So we're looking forward to it.
Being the host team, do you think that gives you an advantage over your competitors when it comes to having the crowd support?
The crowd support will definitely be there. I know that the softball side will all be in town at the park to support the team. And it's a big step for Vaughan with regards to the girls, and I just can't say enough of the support that we're going to get from them. So we're really looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. Good luck, Coach. Coach of Team Nova Scotia, Brendan Gannett. So, Coach, your first game is against last year's gold medal champions, Team Ontario. How do you plan to get your team ready and motivated to play last year's reigning champions?
I think anytime you come into a tournament like this and you're going up against the previous year's champion, you don't really have to do much work to get motivated. The motivation's kind of already within, to go out there and beat the best. And, we're pretty happy we get to play them first. I mean, they're always a good challenge. They're well coached. They're a good team. For us, it's just about going out there and not being intimidated. We've stuck with them before. They got us last year in the semifinals, so I mean, we'll be ready to go. Like I said, there's really not a whole lot to it. Just go out there and play baseball.
I'm with Coach of Team Manitoba, Jeremy Culleton. So, Coach, last year you guys made a very good run in this tournament here in Vaughan and lost in the gold medal game to Team Ontario. What does your team have to do differently this year to bring the gold home this time around?
I think that we have to just keep our expectations intact a little bit and make sure that we approach one game at a time. First of all, we're not looking at the end result. We're looking at each game, each inning, each pitch to start off with. But we definitely, we have to just be a little bit more disciplined at the plate and then just make sure our pitchers are using their pitch count properly.
What are some of the expectations you have for your team going into the tournament?
Well, definitely to make it into that medal round and then see where we go from there. But that is the expectation today. Every day it's going to change, and once you get to that medal round, then of course you're looking for a certain colored medal, and hopefully we can make that happen.
How important is the 16U division to the development of the girls' baseball and PEI?
It's very important. It gives all the girls, the players, something to strive for, something to play for, and something to look forward to at the end of the summer, and to showcase their
I'm the
talent.
coach of Team Saskatchewan, Nathan Barassa. Coach, I remember last year, if I remember correctly, you coached at this tournament.
Yeah.
What ways has your team improved upon from last year?
Well, last year was the first year back after having no team Saskatchewan at all in the tournament. So I think, I guess improvements just come in general baseball knowledge. Did a little bit of off-season training, and just for the most part, skills. That's what it comes down to. So hopefully we can, put a better showing on the field.
Was this a team that was together all season long, or just came together in the last few weeks?
Well, a lot of the girls play on different club teams, so it's kind of hard throughout the year, probably like most provinces, just to get a tournament here or a practice there. But
what kind of challenges could that pose in a tournament like this, where girls are coming from all different teams and then having to come together as one?
Well, I'm not sure exactly how the other provinces do it, but I can't imagine there'd be a lot different challenge than any other province when it comes to
Coach Gilroy, so your team is the reigning champions here at this tournament. You have a few returning players, including team MVP Caitlin Tomasogu. What do you have to do as the coach to keep your team focused on the task at hand and grounded?
It's actually been a fairly easy task for us this year, because although we do have a number of returning players, we have a lot of rookies on the team this year. And our youngest player is actually a 12-year-old who can throw a knuckleball.
Oh, wow.
Things. It's pretty amazing. But because it is such a young team, they are very, very motivated to represent not only themselves, their town, but also the province. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do as a team once we take to the field.
This year there's a host team with Vaughan. With two teams playing in this championship from Ontario, what does that say about the girls' baseball program in Ontario?
I think we have a strong program, although it's still very, very small. Most of the girls who are competitive in baseball in Ontario continue to play on boys' teams, and part of our biggest challenge here in Ontario is actually getting to find those girls and where they're playing baseball. But I am really encouraged between our team and the Vaughan team. We've got girls from as far away as Ottawa in the east, down to Leamington, Windsor area in the west, and as far north as Sudbury. So we are getting a really good mix of players from across the province, but again, our challenge continues to be finding those players.
Coach Roder, is this your first time coaching at a national championship?
No, it's my 5th time, but the first time with the girls team.
What have your previous experiences in a national championship helped shape you to do in a tournament like this?
The other 4 appearances, if we said that the national, it was with the U18 boys team from Quebec. So, like I said, it's the first time with the girls. I already coach a junior team during the summer, and with the girls, it was once a week. We put the girls together on Sunday to have practice and exhibition game till the nationals.
What are some of your expectations or goals going into the national championship here in Vaughan?
I guess our expectations and goals is we want to be competitive. We want to try to take every game and play as hard as we can and do the best that we can. We're a young team, and we understand that at this point in time, I don't think Newfoundland's going to be competing for the gold medal. In our hearts and our enthusiasm, if we are, well, that's a positive outcome, and I guess that's what we're trying to achieve.
Thank you. Good luck, Coach.
No problem. Thanks.
I remember being broken down bad. Now I pay nothing for my sneakers cause I'm Nav. He can't get a feature so he mad. I ain't nothing like these rappers, they won't last. I don't wanna call it not